Tesla Motors is the next one we're going to talk about. It's based in Palo Alto, California, and designs, develops, manufactures and sells electric vehicles, advanced electric vehicle powertrain components and lithium-ion battery packs. It has a market cap of $21.8 billion, no PE ratio at this point, and pays no dividends. So, I mean, yes. Elon Musk, that's obviously the first thing you think about when you think of Tesla. I recently read his book. It's pretty inspiring. The actual vehicle as a product, you feel like it's revolutionizing the auto manufacturing sector, which hasn't changed much in half a century.
But of course, there's big competition here. Every single person is coming in. But let's talk about the positive attributes first. They were first in the market with an electric vehicle that went more than 200 k's without a recharge. They're clearly the pioneer in the whole power chain technologies, and they've signed cooperation agreements with many other manufacturers to actually sell their whole powertrain and the technology behind it, or lease it out, or go into partnership with it. They're now going
because they're building that massive lithium factory to produce batteries.
Yes.
They haven't made any patents for electric cars, because I guess the long-term plan is to supply the electric vehicle market with batteries.
And they obviously are the leader in this. Now, some negatives: they chew cash like it's going out of business. I mean, they chewed $1 billion last year. They've got to get new capital from him. They've got to do rights issue. And they've had 7 or 8 rights issues in their whole career. When you read their financials, it just says reduce the burn rate. I mean, they almost went bankrupt not that many years ago. They had to do an emergency right issue. So it's not all glory.
There was even a handshake agreement where Google were going to bail them out in return for
so
a stake in the
it's
business.
not all glory, and a couple of their vehicles have caught alight, have caught fire, which this is their new, what they call the S-Class, which is their family 4-door sedan. The first one they produced was a Roadster. Now they got the S-Class, and they're bringing out the
Model X.
Model X is SUV, sport utility vehicle type of thing. Very small volumes, You know, it's 110,000 vehicles in total. Now, in the grander scheme of global auto production, I mean, South Africa makes 600,000 vehicles a year. So this is minute. In other words, you've got to buy the idea. It is the biggest selling electric vehicle. The Nissan Leaf comes second. But as I said, everyone is developing this technology. And certainly from my perspective, from what I know, it's not clear as to whether an all-electric vehicle is going to win or whether a hybrid is going to win. That is still the big battle, because obviously a hybrid has got infinite range as long as you put petrol in it, whereas electric, no matter how good you are with your batteries and everything, you've still got to recharge, and the recharge cycle does take time.
Well, let's have a look at that share price, and as we can see, extremely volatile. You know, it almost touched on 300, and the start of the year has been pretty awful as it's pulled back along with the oil price. I do get the feeling, though, that the sort of concept isn't related to the oil price, because you know, the people who buy in these cars, it's not
an oil thing.
It's not an oil play.
It's almost a lifestyle change. It's almost a decision.
And what's also incredibly exciting about it is because there's no motor there, there's no service plan needed. You never need to service these vehicles, and in fact, you get software updates overnight, because obviously the car connects to the internet, and you get in the next day and you've got new features in your car.
I mean, that would drive me wild in not knowing what you're driving the next day. But anyway, look, there is some maintenance on this. The batteries don't last forever. No matter how advanced we've become in battery technology, quite frankly, battery technology is still in its infancy. And maybe that will be the ultimate decider of which technology is going to work, is battery advancement. I mean, it's only literally, batteries didn't change for 100 years. It's only in the last 10, 15 years we've seen some advancement in battery technology, but it's still, in fact, batteries are highly inefficient. They've got a long way to go to become efficient. If you look at all the changes in software and computers and their capacity, batteries fall way, way behind that. That's why they, and the next company we're going to talk about, are investing a lot of money into batteries. But the bottom line is, you can't actually buy the company on their results. They swear they're going cash flow positive this year.
Story.
You have got to buy the idea that this is the way of the future.
Are you buying that idea?
No.
Not
too early. I think the share price, I mean, this thing's got half the market cap of Ford Motors.
And it's got 29 times less, Ford have 20 times more revenue. So I see that point, but I'm going to disagree, and I go hot. I own some myself. I think it's very exciting. I think the electric car market's going to explode, and they are at the forefront of it.